Hello and welcome to Where the Living Room Used to Be, a podcast about Rhode Island's music scene.
All right, RI5 with Christian Caldarone. What is your favorite Rhode Island record store and why?
Well, it's in your ear on Thayer Street. My cousin used to have a photography studio right across the street. I think where Urban Outfitters is now. And I used to go hang around there and, help him with photo shoots and have friends who did photo shoots and had a lot of fun being just doing that. And I'd wander in your ear. They always had a board that showed like the upcoming shows, which was fun. It was kind of before the internet, so that was neat. Sometimes that's where you saw the show announcement. And I just always had good music playing, and if sometimes I recognized it, most of the times, I didn't. Sometimes I would have the courage to ask the person what that was. Other times I'd be too shy.
Yeah,
but that
I remember that.
And then go across the street to Tom's, and that was a little more. It seemed like I don't know. I remember physically going through the albums in that shop. It was just a lot different feel, but I guess those they weren't a ton of record stores in Rhode Island when I was younger, but those were the two that I used to go to mainly. Yeah,
cool. What is your favorite drink that's tied to the state?
Well, I don't know that I have a favorite drink, but I have a favorite location and drink.
Okay.
I love Miller High Lifes on the East Providence Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Back deck.
Okay.
And even before they built that beautiful big deck and they have music there, that back room, they have like garage doors that just slide up.
Yeah.
And on a nice like late spring, summer night, to sit out there and have a Miller, oh man, that's one of my favorite places. We used to play cards there. We just used to go and play darts. So that's one of my favorites.
Cool.
Yeah.
And is that your favorite place in Rhode Island? Or
no, my favorite place. One of my favorite places going back a few years. I loved when they built Water Place Park.
Okay, yeah.
But before they built up behind it and around it. I remember at one point they installed something, and then there was always like an electrical buzz. And then I could never go back there again. I'm very sensitive, like ticking clocks and stuff like that. It drives me insane.
Yeah. Okay.
And once that buzz started all the time, I couldn't. But before that, it wasn't really well populated.
Yeah.
I could go there with a guitar. I've written some songs there. One time I went there, and somebody, one of my friends who was in the sound industry was setting up a microphone, and I was just there like sort of day drinking with my girlfriend at the time, and we ran into another friend, and here's Buddy Cianci coming up on a gondola.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was his press conference announcing the Providence gondolas.
Oh, okay.
And I just happened to be there. What a cool thing. And I think I signed up to be a gondolier and learn how to do it.
Oh, really?
I never did it, but so I used to really love Water Place Park. Now I'd say I live near Lincoln Woods, and I'm able to walk over there easily. So my wife and I walk our dog there at least 4 times a week and go off trailing with the dog. And I really that's someplace I really love these
Special
days.
Place,
and during COVID, we would walk, and we would try to get the kids out of the house, and we would walk and have just great conversations and my daughter had a million questions that I couldn't answer, but, we tried our best to explain what we could.
Yeah.
Just amazing, just amazing, like, communication. And sometimes there were a few times where we wouldn't see another person in the park because it's after they closed it to parking, but we can walk on it. There's an easement where we could walk on it. Sometimes we wouldn't see another person in the whole park.
Yeah.
That was really eerie, but kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
So that helped keep us sane during COVID.
Yeah. What is your favorite Rhode Island pizza?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I have to go by different periods in my life.
Okay, perfect.
So when I was younger, now this is a Connecticut pizza place, but we're from Rhode Island, so I'll include it. We would go to Kickapoo or Pizza King, which is right over the border in Connecticut. My grandfather would pack us all in the car, and we'd go with my other cousins. So it'd be a little family affair. We'd go there like once a year.
Yeah.
And they had really great, the pizza wasn't that great, but the environment was amazing. Everybody was drinking pitchers of beer.
Yeah.
We'd go and skip stones in the water. So if anybody's ever been to the Kickapoo out there, they have a pretty cool classic rock jukebox. It was very fun as a kid to go to.
Yeah.
When I got a little older and, lived in Smith Hill, I loved Tommy's Pizza. The pizza, Tommy's on Chalkstone, was my, that's my comfort food. And then when we had kids, Tina and I used to go to, is it Bob and Timmy's?
Yeah.
Right behind Atwell's Avenue. They just had really good pizza, thin crust, with a salad. Mm-hmm. They have like a big bowl of salad that we could split and a pitcher of beer. And boy, that was so much fun. We go there, the kids could kind of run around, or we could sit in the little outside place, and it was enclosed. So that was a nice one.
Awesome.
I mean, when I lived in New York, you had the New York style pizza, and I know there's some places in Rhode Island that did that. But I like the full pies, for those periods. So I guess that's my answer.
Cool.
I'm sticking to it.
All right. And what is your favorite event that takes place in the States?
There's some really great ones here. But I would say that my favorite event was Liberty Fest. Mm-hmm. Back in the 2000s, when we would put it together, we'd spend the whole day before building, every year, because we'd have to build a stage.
Yeah.
The whole day before building the stage, last minute planning everything out, a couple of weeks up, lining up the bands and confirming with everybody.
Is that how quick it was? Was like you'd put it together in like
a
few weeks before?
As 7-8 years into it, when I was like the last year or two that I was doing it, it got much more serious. And then people who were kind of in the neighborhood, everybody would have their friend's band who would want to play. Then there were a couple of people who wanted to bring some bands from out of town in because it was that big. There were hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And that got challenging because we only had so many hours.
Yeah.
And by that time, we kind of had a détente with the police. We had like an agreement. Mm-hmm. Music would be over by 10, and they'd let us do what they want. And one year, they did come and close us down at 10. And as a stage manager, I pride myself on being on time. When I did sound, when you do sound in local clubs, you're also kind of the stage manager.
Yeah.
But one year after like 10 hours of music, we were a little bit behind. Mm-hmm. And I feel terrible because, Chris Hansen's band got, I had to tell them they had to stop because the cops were there. And they're like, look, we've led hundreds of people here all day. We've gotten complaints. You told us 10. You got to do it or we're going to come in.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any F the police kind of. It was like, all right, fair enough. So that was tough. I always felt really bad, but that was a collective kind of thing. So Liberty Fest is one of my favorite things in Rhode Island. Lately, my wife and I have been kayaking over during a day of the Newport Folk Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll go on the flotilla, or we'll go up on the little beach there and in our kayaks and listen to music. And then, go to the Blues Cafe at night or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an awfully fun thing.
Definitely.
But we can never like afford tickets or figure out how to get
Well,
tickets.
sold out
So I've
now.
never been inside of it.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it. Hopefully, maybe High Plains will play it one day.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. But I've never actually been inside.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be so good at sneaking in everywhere, but now that I'm old, I feel bad sneaking in places.
Yeah. Yeah.
We one day, Joe, and Joe's brother snuck into the back door of the Providence Civic Center during a U2 show.
Oh, really?
And I was all the way in, so was Joe, but his brother was nervous and not walking fast enough and kind of got caught. And if he just walked with us, we would have been in there. We ended up talking our way in at the front door 3 songs in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were just at home and, hey, U2's playing tonight. You want to go down to... And Joe started doing Tai Chi in front of the guys who take tickets and just making everybody laugh. And I'm just chatting up. And then a cop comes over. He's like, why are you here? I was like, well, it was my birthday yesterday, and we're just coming out. He goes, is it really your birthday? I showed him my license. Yeah. He goes, all right. And he handed me a ticket. He goes, and I felt so bad. I'm like, Joe, I only have 1 ticket. He's like, no, you go. He's like, you get in there right now.
Yeah.
And it was, it was what's the album? It was after 9/11, where they had all the victims' names scrolling.
Oh, okay.
And it was a real spiritual show. Like it was moving.
Wow. Okay.
So I guess, I don't know. What was the question? Favorite place in Rhode Island? It was wonderful living on
event. Yeah.
Event. It was wonderful living in Smith Hill because we could walk downtown and find anything.
Yeah.
So so that was a long-winded answer. I'm sorry.
Well, awesome, Christian. That's really cool. Some cool stories there, man. I appreciate you sharing them. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for spending the evening with me. It's been fun.
Of course. Love it.
Will it all seem so endless? the slide after dark. Come to the slide after dark. Come to the slide after dark. Come to the slide after dark.